Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Crimi-trent. Today we're going to paint a simple apple. Well, a couple apples. So we're going to do a Macintosh and a green apple. So to get started, I have my Arches cold press 100% cotton paper. I have lightly sketched out apple shape here and here with the stem, and then a little slice of apple here. Put that down. I have my paint palette. It's kind of messy compared to most people, but it's how I like it because I mix a lot of colors. Here I'll have like a lime green, like a red, bright red here, or yellow, orange, greens. My browns, my blacks, deeper greens over here. We're going to primarily use the greens and the reds. And I'm just going to use maybe one or two brushes. Today I'm going to use a Princeton Select number 8 brush. It's a very inexpensive brush to use. So let's, oh, and I also have my paper towel right here, close by, and my trusty glass of water. Okay, so let's get started. So first, I'm going to wet this apple shape. Going to start on the edges. And move in and fill it in. We're going to use what we call a wet on wet technique. And this paper, the Arches 100% cotton paper, is a very thirsty paper. It soaks up the water pretty fast, so you have to kind of work kind of fast. So then on this side, on this section over here, we're going to add the red. Start on the edges. Move up a little bit and down, then in the middle, doing an up and down motion like such, spreading out. And at the same, excuse me, we're going to wash our brush and grab a very limey type green and go on this side. Work your way in, up and down. Here over in this section, I'm gonna grab like a deep yellow. Just dab it in here a little bit. Again, back with the red. Up in here. And down here, we're going to add some green. Just dabbing it. Let it spread out. The yellow, I'm going to kind of push it up into the yellow. Grab the green up here. And some red up here. Gonna grab some red in here. This part is starting to just sit there and not bleed, so you're gonna want to take your brush and push it down into the green. And then of course when it's bleeding into the green and the yellow, it will change the color. Now we're gonna grab a deep red. This one's looking a little too plumb, so I'm gonna add some more concentrated of the watercolor and a deeper red go on top of it. Just this up and down motion. You want to keep this halo on this corner. Just up and down, little dots here. Get to the edge. And here I'm going to wash off my brush, dab a paper towel. There's a little guy here stuck in here, I took it off. I'm going to do up and down strokes, pushing into the green over here and the bottom. Just pushing that color around. Going to grab a little bit of green here. where it dips. Put some in the back over here. Gonna grab that deep red, put it close to the edge but not on the edge. Again, and here again, up and down motion. Skinnier as you go to the middle, longer as you go to the edge. This shape's looking a little funky here, so we're gonna have to round it out a little bit. Doesn't have to be perfect like mine. Mine's not even perfect, actually. It just has to have those different tones because a Macintosh does not have just one color. It's many colors. I'm going to grab that red again. Just push it. I'm going to take some of my color off the brush, wipe it, hit the paper towel, go back in. Just this little motion I'm doing here, pushing color around. Get a deeper green than like a mid-tone green, than the lime green. Put that in here as well. Just little lines, they'll kind of bleed. This is going to give it more dimension as you get to the edge. It should be a little darker, so you get the three-dimensional effect. Okay, we're going to give this one a break for a minute. I'm going to go to the green one because that's drying. It needs to dry. Again, we're going to do wet on wet. I'm going to leave a little whole halo here. Now my water is a little muddy, but since the water is muddy and greenish, it's not a big deal because we're going to make a green apple. Actually, I'm going to fill in that little hole area. Okay, grab some of your paint. Again, up and down motion, going across. And up here in the back. Now this green might be a little too limey. You might want to add a little blue to it. A little turk or a little blue. And it should soften the green a little more. And here we're going to do lines going this way and up to the back. It's going to give it a halo effect. And then go down to the side and on the bottom. Here in this middle section, you want to get it a little deeper. Just up and down brush stroke motion. Gonna wait for this area to dry because we wanted to not have it bleed into this section. Again with this, I'm going to start in the bottom where it should be darker. Just tap it and tap it on the edge. It kind of naturally should bleed up, which it does, but then you can push little strokes. If you hear any barking or sighing, it's my golden doodle Brady Thomas, who is in my office, is barking at everything on the planet today. Normally I would do a voiceover if that was the case, but today, for the sake of time, I'm going to do real-time talking with my microphone. Okay, now let's start on this apple slice while we're waiting for these to dry. Again, the wet, unwet half slice. Gonna make this red on the edge. You're just tapping just the very edge of the apple. Now see, it's bleeding, but that's okay. Just the very edge. And in this section, I'm going to take a burnt umber. It's very watered down. I just make a dab here and here where the stem should go. And then just slightly touch the edge of the apple here. Okay. Now if your stuff is still wet, which it is, I'm going to start working on, going to pause this for a second and blow dry it. Don't want to hear that noise. And then get back to the tutorial. Okay, we are back. I have to use the blow dryer and I have to pause it because the blow dryer is extremely loud. So now I'm going to take a small skinny brush. This is the Grumbacher #2 golden edge. And we're going to make the stem. We're going to use a burnt umber, get it almost concentrated, not too watery. And we're going to take the stem from here, go out. Same thing with this one. It shouldn't look perfect. And here. Also on the bottom, I'm going to do, on this slice, we're going to do the seeds. Now with the small skinny brush again, I'll take some of the dark green and we're going to put in a little indentation so it looks like it's 3D. So we're going to do the little line like a smile and come up here and do little lines coming from it. Doesn't look dark enough. You can make it a little darker. Let it bleed out a little bit. And doing the red one. Similar. Okay, I'm going to take our other brush that we had before and we're going to add in some more depth with the apples. Again with the line. Now, this looks a little concentrated, so I'm going to get it wetter. Just random lines. It should be darker towards the edge. Here. Keeping it light here. Just gonna keep laying it. excuse me, layering it. I cannot talk today. Just swooping lines like so. Get a couple of dark ones in there, just to give it more depth. Bring it down, a little wet. And the bottom. And this one too, we're going to just play around a little, get a little more deep reds in here. Around the halo. And on the side. The bottom. Kind of blend it in here, over here. Some lines over here. Again, blend it in. Blend from the bottom up. Okay. And then this has a bleed to it, but we want to make it not look like a bleed. So go to the edge of where that bleed is and fill it in. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's cute. And for the lasting touch, let's add some leaves to our apple. Pushing down and pulling up, pushing down and pulling up. Same thing here, pushing down, pulling up. Push down, pull up. As always, like I said, I like to add a really dark, I'm adding like a hooker's green, or deep like blackish green to the end, tip to the end where it meets the branch. Sometimes it doesn't bleed like it's supposed to, but we can help that along. Just push it. In here, add a leaf. Again, add that deep black green while it's wet. Both tips. Just gives it more dimension. And then you can push it. If you want to later on add in the veins, but you don't need to. And there you have it. Simple apples for painting, if you want to design something with them for decorating your home, or you just want to paint apples in watercolor. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and if you like it, please subscribe, hit the bell notification button, and thank you for stopping by.